Hello, my name is Santiago Silva, and I'm going to talk about a specific case about a news that I have found, and this is related to environment. It specifically talks about a case of fast-growing chickens and how this case in England that that had place in England. Um, this case was published 2 days ago, and a judge in this country, that was in charge of this case, this judge dismissed this case, and it was quite controversial because of the um, problematics that this generates, or that this promotes, because of there are many animal activists, and welfare animal campaigners that are against this perception that the judge has about the case. So they are against that this vision about why did the judge dismiss this case, that it is so important, because we are talking about fast growing chickens. So these animals are maybe people that usually eat chicken in everyday life. We are used to eat this kind of meat or this kind of food in our routines, in our lunch. But we it is important to consider that at the same time they are also animals. They can feel, they can like uh, they can present different any animal. They can present like different stimulus. They need to be fed, they need to be care. um, So it is important to take or to speak about this case, because I personally I like these cases that are related to environment issues, or and especially um, that talk about cases that talk or explain some issues about animals, and animals that maybe are in risk. Or yeah, maybe there are animals that um, are living in risk because of human tendencies that in this case the fast growing chickens that live in these farms that are destined to their production, and their production as food, of course. So this is quite important, and I personally like this case because of that. And I found that, as I was explaining before, mm, this case was dismissed by the judge that was in care, that was in charge of it. And this judge argued that maybe this case was not that problematic or that important, because of, from his perception, fast growing chickens uh, wouldn't present or wouldn't have this risk about living in bad conditions, and living and being fed, and being living during this process of growing in these farms, or in these production farms, while they are being fed with specific products, ingredients that maybe are so chemical and produce, they have these um, secondary effects, or does this risk risks that represents some chemical food we that people in the farms are using to feed these animals. So in some cases I found that, for example, this food and these not only the conditions, but also the food that they are using to feed these animals are generating on them some health issues. Like for example, they can produce in some cases heart attacks, is that it is quite like sad, and it is quite problematic for them. So because as I was saying, they are animals and they can feel, as I they can be, as for example, as a cat, as a dog, they can feel, and they can um like express this maybe this fear that they have, these symptoms, by the reaction they show to the human. So um, this is quite interesting, and I would like to also add that these like League of Protection of the Animals in the UK um, are like also against this vision, or this declaration that the judge gave to the news, to the reports, to the public reports. So it is quite problematic because um, they're animals, and even if I eat meat, I eat chicken, I eat a lot of chicken. There, it is important to consider that they are animals, and if they are growing in a space in which they are like mm, being fed with with this, let's say, these unethical products, or these chemical elements that should not be used for them like naturally, um, to take care of their health, uh, it's quite bad for them. It's quite sad to know that there are many animals that suffer with this, and they, it's like when you have a pet, you can understand that they are also animals and they can feel, and yeah. That's all I think I would like to say. Yeah. Um and yeah, it's like the at the finish of this news, they explain like they will keep fighting for this, like for this situation, and try to defend like the this issue, or this challenge that they have to protect these animals, like in this case fast growing chickens, to prevent like they uh, still continue living under these unethical conditions, and this problematic situation that prov- uh, provokes, or that promotes, they can, many of them, they can suffer different health issues, and even they can die. Thank you.